Something different is happening in the music industry. It's like the 90s all over again. Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us, smashed various records and became the most streamed rap song in a week.
Facts.
We're talking records smashed, streams going crazy, and
Facts.
YouTube videos popping up. It's everywhere, from the clubs to the streets. Kendrick's got the whole world vibing. As if that is not enough, Kendrick's second album, Good Kid, Mad City, re-entered the charts and sold more copies than the latest albums from Drake, Travis Scott, and Kanye West in a week alone, despite being 12 years old. Similarly, his fourth album, Damn, sold just 24,000 copies in a week alone. Many people say this is happening because of the beef between him and Drake, but something more is happening in the background.
No.
The world is now appreciating his music in a completely different and weird way. Continue with this video and I'll explain why. When we look at the modern era of hip-hop, one of the biggest problems long-term fans have had with the genre came from many new age rappers completely disregarding one of rap's most sacred aspects: lyricism. From the rise of trap music in the SoundCloud era to people like Drake fusing hip-hop with R&B, to even other rappers making albums in entirely different genres, it seems like the majority of the most prominent players in hip-hop, outside of a select few, are just no longer interested in writing rhymes. One of the biggest of those select few is Kendrick Lamar. He has managed to stay true to the art of lyricism and has been putting out music that listeners feel and understand deeply. Kendrick has the ability to deliver the most meaningful messages and to connect his music with many people, especially the Black community. His lyrics tell intertwined stories with multiple plot lines and symbols that just make you want to sit down and think about them deeply. Let's face it, mainstream rap has lost the art of lyricism, and what we have now is mumble one-liner rap songs. Music like Kendrick's has not gotten as much attention as it used to.
And it's crazy because I just was having a comment on my last Kendrick video. I think it was by DD33, and she was saying how she agreed, but her comment was dope because she was saying how it was dope how Kendrick was actually bringing back the natural vibes of hip hop and bringing back hip hop to its essence. Because much like most of us, she was a Drizzy fan, and after seeing everything Drizzy was doing, and how Kendrick could actually carry a torch and bring a whole new, just bring back what hip hop is supposed to be: storytelling, double entendres, slick talk. You get what I'm saying? Like, hip hop's supposed to be more than just Sexy Red type music and appealing to Sexy Red's fans. Nothing wrong with Sexy Red. I'm just saying, like, hip hop is a little bit more than that, and I think Kendrick can bring that back.
Now, don't get me wrong, Kendrick's project has been generally successful. Music like that fails to hit mainstream less and less these days. Let me give you an example. When you observe closely, we see that no album has shown how much storytelling can fit into a musical project than Kendrick's 2022 project, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. To show how much the industry has shifted, although the album had an enormous success when it was released, people still really didn't seem to appreciate the project as it was way different from the previous commercially appealing projects by Kendrick like Damn, Humble, or DNA. Kendrick decided to pull back all the curtains and optics and write one of the most painful albums that has ever been released in the hip-hop space. On the project, he really let the whole world see him for who he really is, as he talked a lot about his failures as a man, husband, and father. Many people didn't really vibe to the album as it was way different from that of other less intense albums. People just really wanted to...
Actually, that's the dopest thing you can do as an artist. When you're an artist, you actually want to show your vulnerabilities. You get what I'm saying? You want to relate to the people to let them know that they're not going crazy, and I'm just like you. Everything you're going through, I'm going through too. Let me talk about it. Let me illustrate it, and let me tell you how I went through it and got through it. And if you believe that I'm anything, if you believe I'm great, if you believe I'm dope, then that means that you can do the same thing. Being vulnerable on a track is actually one of the dopest things you can do for humanity. Actually acting like you're perfect on a track and acting like everything about you is perfect is, in my opinion, one of the worst things you could do for humanity, because then the people that's listening to you, or the kids that are looking up to you, they'll believe that they never can be like you because they made mistakes or they're not perfect. No, I'm just like you. I'm normal, just like you, for sure.
Enjoy music. The project felt more confessional as he exposed his raw, vulnerable side, which was vivid, painful, and specific. However, ever since the Kendrick and Drake beef started, things have begun to change. The mass audience has started caring more about the lyrics of tracks. People now break down all of Kendrick's diss tracks to understand the full weight of the message he was trying to destroy Drake with. Remember when Drake flipped the other I Sober song on his diss track, The Heart Part 6? Epic fail, my friend. It may have seemed that Drake swung for the fences with his taunts, but all it really did was draw attention to Kendrick's work. Instead, it led people to want to hear about Kendrick's life and to understand his most personal, gut-wrenching stories. I think it is from there that people now came to admire and like the rich, individual, expressive lyricism the album used to tell a compelling story. People were practically begging to hear Kendrick unload his emotional baggage, all thanks to a little unintentional hype from Drizzy. Before we continue, can we all agree that was one of the most stupid things Drake has done to his reputation? Drake trying to use the issues that Kendrick has publicly talked about against him didn't go well for Drake. The best part was that digging deep and producing music that told stories and gave deeper meaning has never been Drake's turf. So his doing that just motivated the turf master to dig deeper into Drake than anyone has before and talk about them in the diss tracks. But hey, enough of the diversion, let's continue. The major point is that from his aggressive diss tracks to his most conscious storytelling cuts, one thing has been obvious. People are finally listening to what Kendrick's been saying, loud and clear. Now, let's be clear on something. I'm not here to criticize the way hip-hop has shifted into this solely melodic era now. Although I believe we can all agree that this new type of music without lyrics is hurting the genre, it has expanded rap's horizon and has given us new styles of music day in and day out. For instance, just like we saw recently when you take aspects like the flashy production of Metro Boomin, the wizardry of a Future, and the flashy lyrical nature of Kendrick Lamar, when you put together all the different types of greatness that exist within the world of hip-hop, you end up getting some of the most captivating music you can in the modern era. The thing spectacular about what Kendrick is doing now is that he is not trying to destroy one type of music or create a new one. He is just trying to revive one aspect of rap music. He is bringing back the balance to hip-hop to make the genre the strongest we have ever seen. Forget beef of the century. This is more like a lyrical CPR session Kendrick's giving to rap music. But let's be honest, Kendrick has always been about that. He's been preaching this gospel since day one. The difference now is everyone finally turned up the volume. It's crazy to think about how every word that Kendrick has ever said, whether it is going back to his past music or where he has talked about his tension with Drake, Kendrick's music has been a goldmine to the entire music world. People have just been not listening to it and finding out how beautiful and effective the artist's storytelling can be. From Mr. Morales all the way to the rest of Kendrick's catalog, going back to his earliest works, Kendrick proves that real music, the kind that punches you right in the feels, always wins in the end. The strongest bars will be forever built.
And I'm gonna say the cream of the crop always rises to the top. I would say with Drizzy, what makes him so dope is earlier in his career he was like an authentic him. And then he kind of diverted from that and became something different because he wanted to sell albums. But with Kendrick, he's selling albums and he's staying true to himself. You get what I'm saying? He still has a message. He's still uplifting. He's still trying to wake people up. He's still trying to point out the real and the fake. And there's a lot of real and fake in this world. So I like everything about what Kendrick is doing right now, bro. I want to see him reshape the game and bring back storytelling, bring back competitiveness between people. Let's not all do a kumbaya so one person can be at the top of the mountain. You get what I'm saying? And it keeps them safe. No, let's all be competitive. And then the best lyricist, the best MC can sit at the top of the mountain. I think that's how it should be.
The foundation of powerful wordplay, no matter how many auto-tune effects the industry throws at us. With Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks, singles, and albums all taking over the genre right now, as mass audiences enjoy the art of bars in a way that has not been seen in a very long time, what's pivotal for the future of lyricism to remain as this prevalent cornerstone in rap music all depends on how the genre can move forward from here. With the public seeing Drake as an absolute clown after this feud, from music executives to artists, everyone has seen firsthand that the power of lyricism is a skill that is more capable of doing greater things than even the most viral baiting songs can. So the challenge now is for the whole hip-hop world to build on this foundation that Kendrick has shown is still healthy and alive. But it has not totally been Kendrick. We have other artists trying to tell the same story. After some rappers made the art of spitting bars seem so cringe with the whole anti-mumble rap movement, other guys like Westside Gunn, who founded Griselda Records, have made an impact by not only producing music that is reminiscent of the 90s, but still stands on its own as something new and unprecedented. Another example who is also a member of Griselda Records is Benny the Butcher. Benny is known for incorporating his own experiences into his music, creating a sense of authenticity and connection with listeners. These guys at Griselda Records are pushing lyricism not just back into the mainstream, but making it cool again. This impact was shown on the largest scale when rappers like Travis Scott and Tyler the Creator took direct influence from them to release albums that featured their best rapping in years. All we can hope for is that this level of lyrical mastery that Kendrick has been displaying for years, and more especially in this beef, will cause more rappers to result in more storytelling, considering the general attention to his catalog now. Only time will tell if something like that will happen, but one thing is for certain: lyricism is back at the forefront of hip-hop for listeners. What would be superb for the genre is that this newfound love for artists that offer great bars translates into success for some seriously skilled artists. Guys like JID, who is gearing up to follow in Kendrick and J. Cole's footsteps. Or even people like Denzel Curry, who is one of the most gifted MCs we have right now. Hell, even Lil Sims, whose blend of top-tier musicianship and storytelling has made her a once-in-a-generation talent. She is known for forever reckoning with an overactive inner critic and somehow alchemizes that relationship into art. Even more underrated and abstract acts like Rhapsody or No Name, who both released albums with some of the best lyrical performances I have heard in a while, could benefit from this shift. Let's hope this will entice more people into exciting audiences with a pure act of...
And I think it's a great thing. Shout out, bro. This was a great video. And it's crazy because Miss Pert, DD33, we was just talking about this in the comments. I think it's a great thing. I think we're going to get more artists. I think the cream of the crop can rise to the top again. I think if you're good at the craft, it's not going to be about what you look like or what your gimmick is. Boy, can you rap? It ain't about the gimmick. Boy, can you sing? Yes or no? I got something to do. Tell me right now. I want to hear it. And if you can't rap, if you ain't really like that, like, you know, let's start moving on. Let's start moving on. If you ain't got nothing to say, if you ain't got nothing to bring to the game, let's stop letting it be infiltrated, and let's stop letting it be colonized by colonizers. Because what we just let happen with the last king of the game is crazy. Even myself, not really even from the culture, don't know nothing about the culture, make jokes about the culture, rapping like they trying to flee the slaves. That's crazy. So we gotta watch who we let in here. You know, shout out Kendrick. We gonna ride this out. It's your boy, What's Up G. Don't forget to drop a like. We back with another banger. And leave a comment. How y'all feel about real hip hop coming back? Like with storytelling and bars and stuff like that, because bars kind of got lost. You had dudes like Cassidy who kept saying bars, 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 but Atlanta had it, and like we just wasn't listening. We just wanted to hear the beat and something to keep nodding our head to. You feel me? But what you think about bars coming back? How would you feel about hip hop if it came back to the essence more of? All right, and don't forget to subscribe. We on the road to 10K. You rocking with me? Drop a like. And I'm gonna stay consistent. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out.
Yeah, this was fire.